like you handsome, you finally grew up. Cut a small talkers, you fucking the wood. She bout to nut, put my thumb in the butt. I got like 30 some pounds in the truck. Binary Draco for a nigga that tough. Ran up some paper one time, got rough. Hot in the DM, she been.
Thank you for inviting me to your show. I feel super honored to be here today. This is dope.
Thank you for letting us do this here.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think pretty much whenever you are ready.
Oh, we supposed
Yeah,
to
I think the camera's on.
Oh,
I think he's
snap.
in there.
Ready. This is another episode of What You Talking About podcast with your host, Scoob and
Dino.
And we have a huge special guest with us today.
Ellie, it's your Ellie, y'all.
Yeah, thank you for coming. You know, as you can see, we in a new scenery, you know, outside in nature with it today.
Yeah,
you know,
we feeling good again.
You feel me? Hopefully y'all, by the time y'all see this, the other video go be in and drop. So hopefully y'all tune in and didn't enjoy it. But today we coming on some whole different type topics or whatever, you know.
Yeah, a whole different vibe, man. We finna pick y'all up today with this one.
More of a self-care type day. The first topic we got is like, how do y'all feel about 50-50 relationships? Like, do y'all feel like the man in a relationship should take everything, or it should be kind of split in the middle?
And I could kick us off. Everything is a balance. It is 50-50. Women and men, they can do exactly, you know, like they can kind of figure it out each other. Like whatever things need to be done, you split it in half. And I feel like it's just as fair. Men can do the same as women. I mean, not so much the physical, but in terms of like things in the household, you know, how to like the investment and the commitment that you have in the relationship, it is 50-50. And yeah, it's just like a balance.
In my opinion, I feel like it really don't matter. It's your personal preference. Like, you could be going 80-20 with somebody, and y'all still gonna feel like it's 50-50 because y'all know what y'all want to do.
Ooh. Yeah, that's right. I feel kind of like the same way, but like the way I was brought up, like it was kind of like, okay, the man, he do out the outside work, the bills and stuff like that. And the woman, like, she just catered to like the children, the house, keeping the house up and stuff.
That's a lot of places though. That's pretty much the South.
Yeah,
basically.
basically.
That's how we raised.
But you know, we coming up in a new generation where like most females, like they feel like, oh, if the
They
man ain't doing this, like if the man gotta do it, I'm not doing nothing. You get what I'm saying? Just me personally, like the way I was brought up, like I feel like my female, like she should have her own career path, her own thing outside of me, because what if one day I just happen not to be there? I'm need somebody I'm committed to in a relationship to the whole day end up until I'm able to get back on my feet, you feel me? So like you said, kind of 80-20, but as a man, you already knowing you gonna be the one to paying for dates. You already know you gonna be like the breadwinner of the relationship. So
supposed to be.
Yeah, so I feel like like as men, this is my opinion. As men, I feel like you should, when you go into something, you already should have like your money up, like you should
the right
be
mindset.
able, like,
you can't be focused on the wrong thing.
For real.
I hear that. I'm glad that you mentioned that 80-20. It got me kind of thinking, and it just like brought up a couple of thoughts. One thing that I truly appreciate that you mentioned is just your upbringing, right? And like how now in this day and age, like women are kind of like doing things and like being more out there and being more independent. I think one thing that's truly important is just communication, right? Like, what are we going to commit to? What you going to do in this? What I'm doing? What am I going to put up? Like, we just got to figure out what it is that we each need, communicate it to each other, and in turn work in that partnership to make sure that it's strong and healthy.
But see, nowadays, it's like, I ain't going to really put this on anybody, but it's like our generation, we'll do more texting and not understand each other through the text. We misconstrue each other and don't understand. It's just sad, because why not just talk?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
each other's face and really get a true understanding.
Right.
Yeah, there could be a lot of missed things when you text, and just like a lot of the things that you could say, you know, like if you were to like just speak it out, may not come across in the text, or even like emotions may come across in the text that you don't want. Like, you know how you like capitalize, but it's like you trying to like, I don't know, like express a feeling through your text.
Like, so end up going all caps on somebody.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like y'all say communication, because everybody, like when they first get into something, they looking for something. Everybody first thing is, oh, you got to learn how to communicate this and that. But when it's really time to communicate, grow up, and do it, some people shy away from it. And like when you get into like these serious relationships, it's gonna be some conversation that's gonna be uncomfortable. Like you gonna have to be able to take accountability for your wrongs. Just like man, it's a lot of work.
Man
You
up,
get what I'm
bitch,
saying?
bro.
Like in communication, bro, they can just go. It ain't even gotta be relationship, friendship, just
Yeah.
anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta
So,
communicate with whoever you
got
with.
to, bro. So I mean, that's a big thing to me. I'm big on that. But every day I'm still working on it because everybody got their different ways on how they communicate. You get what I'm saying? So I can sit here and say I need to do better at communicating or how I communicate, like saying my words and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we all can. But with that being said, we know you're way more mature than us.
Yeah.
You got some knowledge on us. So with your relationship personally, how you think you made it so far? How you made it work?
One is, again, communication. Like, I'm very expressive, to my needs. What are the things that I need from my partner in order for me to, like, be well, whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, like, just, like, be very, like, explicit with what it is that I need. And that has, like, it's done the complete difference. Because I name the thing, and, if it's something that, like, for example, my partner cannot deliver, then it's like, all right, where can I meet you halfway so that you
Compromise.
can, like, help me get to where I want to be. And, like, even highlighting the things that I don't like, having those uncomfortable conversations, which can only help you grow. And that's kind of like how I've been taking it with my partners and with my friends, my peers, my colleagues, everyone. It's just like being really clear and expressive, and just have like a really effective communication, and it just helps me all around with all of my relationships.
Man, that's good to hear. Like you very, like he said, man, you very mature. Like you just put something out there that I ain't. You feel me? Like I just not really hearing. So I'm glad to have you on the show to kind of get your insight, just because you old and probably done been through more things than us. You feel me? So,
Yeah.
It is an absolute honor to get to chat with you all about how I experience this world, y'all.
Yeah, we ready to take on any advice.
Yeah, so
Make
like,
us better.
I heard you touched on mental health like the last time you was talking, and like how do you feel like in the world the world set up today, like women are more, what's the word? Women can speak out and just be like, oh, I'm not feeling good, like I'm depressed, this and that, and just get consoled. But as men, when we come out and do that, like we may end up getting later on to get thrown back up in our face.
Yeah, some type of backlash. Or
Yeah. Then we just get, be a man about it. You get what I'm saying? Like we
I
can't
hear
be
that.
as emotional as women.
I hear you, and I mean there is I don't have the answer for that. I mean I'm sure that there's like it's unfortunate that you all don't have, I guess, the resources or like just the ability to just be and kind of like express your feelings. I mean, women tend to, or maybe they are more cared for when they are expressive about how they're feeling, especially if they're going through a tougher time. I don't have the answer as to why, like men may not get the support and women may not get the support. One thing I can think of, and it's not anything against you all, but are you asking are you expressing how you're feeling? Because I think women can also be like, in a sense, like kind of share out or like blot out everything that they're feeling. And so that's when you're like coming in and you're like, okay, she's feeling X amount, so let me provide her with this, like care for her or like give her this or give her that in order for her to feel better. Whereas I don't feel like men may be as expressive, like I'm feeling down or I'm feeling X, I need X, can you give me X? And so maybe that's where maybe like the disconnect maybe, where like women can be more expressive about their needs where men may not be as expressive. But I don't know if that's the answer.
Man, Yerlin taught me something the other day. He told me that honestly, men are crybabies. We're way more emotional than women. Like if you just sit back and think about all the stuff women go through, and just think about what we go through, we'll cry over the dumbest stuff.
Yeah, you right.
Like we really get upset, mad, angry, ready to hurt someone over certain things we feel that women wouldn't get that mad about.
One thing that I think of, I kind of like, I feel like, and I hear your point. I feel like women are, in a sense, a little bit more, I guess because of the responsibilities and the things that may come with like whatever society has like put out there that women should be doing, with the responsibilities and everything that come with it. They may not necessarily. Shit, I just lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something and then I lost it.
I hate
It happens
that.
to the best of us.
I know
for sure.
it does, but it'll come back. I promise.
Well, with that being said, let's get on these 7 pillars of self-care.
Yes. So it is extremely important for you to self care and to worry about your wellness. And there's 7 pillars that you have to just build into your routine to have it balanced and ensure that, like, it's part of your being and your whole. And there's 7 of them. So one of them is mental. So your mental well being is very extremely important. Your emotional well being is also important. Physical, recreational, environmental, spiritual, and your social. And within each of those buckets, there's like things that you should do in order to ensure that there's that balance and that you have that as part of your routine so that you're self-caring, and you're just surrounded by wellness all around.
Keeping them chakras up.
Yes, yes. But you know what? I am not well rounded into, how the chakras work. I do understand that is a very like delicate kind of like culture and topic, and so I'm curious to learn more, but I know that it's like super expansive and very like kind of like you
Let us
gotta
know what you know in the
walk on
comments.
shells when you touch those spiritual waters.
Every
So I'm like,
episode, my phone ringing. Every episode, they gotta stop.
you a busy one. You a busy one.
So like the 7 pillars of self care, like all 7 of them, like what goes into like making sure your mental is right. Like we go touch every single one.
All right, yes. So we'll do mental. It's all about what's in your head, like a way for you to kind of like help incorporate that into your everyday routine is by meditating and journaling, like writing things down, just like focusing on what you're thinking and just like.
So would you say mental is like first step?
Well, no. So you need to have all of these in your life, period. It's not like today I'm going to focus on my mental and then tomorrow my emotional and then my spiritual. No, it just needs to, like your whole, one day you'll embody all 7 pillars of them.
Yeah, but like some people, they really be going through it some days. One day they might be better in one than the other.
I hear that. But overall, in order for you to find that balance, you have to hit all 5. I mean, all 7. I'm sorry. There are people that do focus on a couple at a time, but overall, you should ensure that all 7 are part of your being. And that's how you have the balance and you're able to exude wellness all around.
So I have a question.
Yes. And I'm hopeful to have an answer. Now, you all know I'm not an expert. Like, I'm not into psychology or none of that, but like I'll share whatever it is that kind of have, whatever insight I may have.
So how do you feel you maintain peace?
How do I maintain my peace?
How should anyone maintain their peace? What would be some advice from you?
You'll need to work on balancing each of these areas of your life, because if you're not if you're not feeling like you should in each of these 7 buckets, then you're off balance. You're not. Then you have an area that you need to still work on, and so for you to find holistically peace, you need to have all 7 of these be part of who you are. So it is gonna take work. That's what right? Like it's not, and we all don't have all 7. Like it's gonna take work, but you just have to know like what areas do I need to focus on in order to ensure that they are all balanced. So like there's some of us that don't need to worry about the physical because we do like the whole exercise, we hydrate ourselves, we eat well. I'm not one of those. So I need to focus on my physical pillar because I need to get better. You know what I mean? Where other areas I'm like, well, I can focus a little less on this because I feel whole. I feel good. I feel well in that particular area.
I feel that.
So with the physical pillar, like what would you say? Well, you say you feel like you don't do well in that area, but I'm pretty sure like you know what you should be doing.
Absolutely. I mean, it's about a mindset. You just got to change your mindset. I would always have an excuse not to exercise, or I would be tired, or I got the kids, or I'm not feeling good today, or oh my God, I got to start early. And so all those are roadblocks until one day I got up and I was just like, it's just it. I got to get up. If I want to be this businesswoman, this entrepreneur, I got to have the mindset, right? So I get my ass up every day at 5 in the morning. I exercise, I shower, and by the time I'm ready to kick off my day, I'm like, oh, I still got the rest of my day to go. So I'm just like, I had to do it. I'm like, I just talk a lot and not really execute. And I was just like, I need to do it. I need to worry about my well-being, my health, my physical health. And so exercising and eating well.
Yeah, that's a
So
big
with
thing.
what you just oh my bad.
Oh,
Go
that's
ahead,
a big
go ahead.
thing for me. Like, you know, I be wanting to just go work out and stuff, but it just be big. Like, man, like I procrastinate. I just sit in the bed. Sometimes I just sleep my day away. Like, don't want to get out the bed or just get out the bed when I gotta go to work
I hear
or
you.
something like that. So that's something I need to work on. Like, this, out of the 7 pillars, that's like number one for me. Like, I need to just get. I know I drink a lot of water. Like, I take like daily vitamins and stuff like that. But I just know I need to eat healthy and work out more.
I
So.
hear that.
Feel me? So people out there, man, it's self-awareness, man. Be able to hold yourself accountable.
Accountability, baby.
So with accountability and you saying you're not executing, we need your podcast to go ahead and get some videos uploaded.
That's right. Today. That's right.
Yeah.
It's all about procrastination. It's all a mindset. Like if in your mind you're like, I'll leave it for later, it's gonna be you. That's you. You're just a procrastinator, you leave shit for last minute. But if you change your mindset and you're just like, I just gotta execute today because tomorrow's not promised, then you gonna go for it today because you don't know about tomorrow.
Yeah, cause like with this, we were procrastinating. We just kept giving each other ideas.
Yeah.
Just talking over social media. And then just like one day I came out here, I looked in y'all living room, I seen how Yerlin had everything set up. I was like, man, this would be perfect for a podcast.
Yeah.
And I asked him.
Now we here
So we
today.
had to put it in motion.
Now we here today, man.
Senior House of Arts, y'all.
So let's get into like the emotional pillar. Like what should we have to do to keep
So you
ourselves
have
with
to listen
emotional?
to yourself. No one else knows when you're stressed, when you're feeling anxiety. Like you know yourself. You're like, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling anxious. Like, so you have to listen to your body. And one of the ways for you to kind of work on your emotions is like listening to music, writing affirmations. Writing is like key, y'all. Like you just have to write good things, the things that you're worried about, everything. You just write it down, the things that you need to do. You write everything down and you just start crossing things off your list, and you are going to feel like a whole new being because you're like, gosh, I'm getting all of this done. Whereas like if you don't write it down, it lives in your head. Your intention is to do it, but I mean, you're not going to remember everything that you got to do because you're going to prioritize.
Yeah, so many thoughts in one day.
Yeah. I'm like, I literally, like, after I started working out, I started writing my goals in the morning. And, like, at the end of the day, I would review my goals and say, you know, like, what I did today that is getting me one step closer to checking off one of my goals. And I was doing things that would get me one step closer. Whereas before, without me writing, it's like, I want to do all of this, but I don't feel like I'm doing anything. And, oh, my God, like, I feel like I'm just wasting my time, which is so important.
Yeah,
In the last episode, Brandon said one method would be is talking to yourself in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like that works?
I do think it works, but I stay away from looking at the mirror. Because it's a process for me, and I'm like, all right, like, and I'm human, so I don't want to like kind of see myself and like point myself out for the things that I'm doing that are not right or in line with getting to my goals, right? Let's not say that they're wrong. It could just be not the appropriate thing for the things that I need for the road that I'm headed.
You just wouldn't want to judge yourself and just create some bad thoughts in your head.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't really look at the mirror unless I'm going to do my hair. But I'm like, cause I'm just one of those people that I'm like, when I'm not in line with where I want to be, I like shut down because I beat myself down so much. So I'm like, I can't look at myself in the mirror. But looking at yourself in the mirror does definitely like, that's you right there.
Yeah,
you can pinpoint it.
Like I'm big, like if something go wrong or like I just do something wrong big, I'm just beat myself up. Like, damn, I shouldn't have did. And it's in a way, it's cool to just like I said, once again, hold yourself accountable. But at the same time, in life, you just gotta know, like, stuff happens. You get what I'm saying?
It's part
so
of
you
the
just gotta
learning.
roll with the punches, and that's something I'm getting better at. Just stop beating myself up when I do like the small minor things. Just focus on what I can do to not let it happen the next time. So,
Yeah, because that's just part of growing. I mean, you just things have to happen in order for you to know, like, oh, this is how I came out of that experience.
Just keep going forward. Have
Yes.
that mindset.
sure.
Don't look back.
That's right.
But with that being said, man, we're gonna get into a break, y'all.
Yeah. He gonna have to cut that out. But welcome back. Now we just back from our break. We finna touch back on these 7 pillars of self-care. You know, I want to talk about environmental. Cause I see it say peaceful spaces, clean spaces. You know, one thing about me, like I make sure like my room, like this
Your
mine,
feng
like I
shui.
clean that up every day. Like this something like, and it's something that I got better at. Cause like when I was young, teenage and stuff, like I ain't care. I just throw stuff in my room. But now that I got older, like, I make sure my room smelling good, look good, everything organized. I know where it's at. Like I feel like it's a big step in like mental health, all kind of like taking care of yourself. Period. You get what I'm saying? So
For sure, man.
One way I think of it is I wouldn't want to sit in a pile of garbage. Nothing wrong with garbage, right? Because I'm sure that animals will appreciate digging through it, right? Like, but I wouldn't want to sit. Like, I wouldn't be comfortable and at peace if I'm sitting in a space where it's just not clean and decluttered and it's just I'm able to see clarity, like just clear everywhere. So it's just important to take care of your spaces, your room, your house, even your workspace. Like you don't want to have a cluttered office desk because it's like, how are you productive in that space where you can't even find where your paper clip is? It's just, it
Gotta
just
be
helps you all
organized.
around. Yeah. It is super important to take care of your space.
What about social? Like how you connect with others?
So it's just you community. So you have to build community, strong relationship with your friends, your relatives, just anyone who's in your circle, in your area, in your space. Just have healthy, strong relationships that are based on like trust, honesty, love, and just like peace all around. You don't want anyone in your space that's not gonna bring you the positivity that you want. Cause if they're bringing something other than that, then now you got work to do.
no negativity.
No negativity.
Yeah, cause that trust and honesty. That's hard to gain with a lot of people.
It circles back to communication, y'all. Cause if based on conversations that we have, I can tell that you're not going to be a true friend that if based on the conversations we're having, I can't tell that we are having the same values, then I'm like, maybe you're not a friend that I need to keep around.
Yeah, you gotta notice people energy.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
big on
Pretty
that.
much.
Like, there's one thing I can feel like I'm blessed with. Like, I know how to read a room. Like, you feel me? So if
It
something
is
ain't
very-
right, I just get on through for real.
Maybe it's just not the space for you to be. If you're not feeling it, then you gotta dip.
I'm a firm believer in misery loves company. Like, I believe in it. I'm like somebody just going like they just constantly like every time somebody got something negative, every time you talk to somebody that got something negative, man, just
Push
Tell
them
me.
away.
cause it'll start to drain you. You'll start to be negative, and you normally a positive person. So if you ever in a situation like that, just keep your distance, man. For
And
real.
I would offer this. It's not so much that you're being like mean towards that person, or it's just that person is in a different process in their lives and they have to kind of like get themselves like well before they can have other people who are well around them.
Yeah, you right.
Because I love helping people, but it's also like it takes away from you when you're helping others. And so it's just like, all right, well, whenever you get your stuff together, then we're able to come together as a community.
Yeah,
and
you
have-
can't drain yourself.
Yeah.
So let's touch on spiritual. Like, I'm really not like a spiritual
Yeah,
person.
because nowadays social media has people thinking spiritual means anything.
Yeah,
Like, it's
so-
hard to know what to believe.
It's super tricky.
Yeah, it's a hard topic to even touch on.
I know. So I'm just going to offer this piece. One way in which you can incorporate kind of like the spiritual piece into your overall well-being is spending time with nature, which I feel like we're doing with today in silence. And it's just like appreciating the space that we're able to be in community in. So I will offer that. volunteer in the community. Make the space that you're in better. And I don't mean the space just your home. I mean like your block, your community, like your town, like whatever it is, because it's a representation of you. So you want it to be well. You want it to, like flourish and be good and just be well. And so I would offer that as part of your spirituality and your journey to invite your community, volunteer, and just help others.
That's what I feel like what we trying to do with this podcast for real. Just trying to
Yes.
But
bring
sometimes
people,
the
like,
community
We
can bring you down.
appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Say it again. School.
Sometimes the community can bring you down.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta break away.
But that's when you don't allow for the community to to deviate you from whatever it is that you have planned. Because again, maybe the community is just not in the space that you need them to be in order for them to go alongside you. So I would just offer again, focus on yourself and invite your community.
Yeah, me personally, if I was like to go out and help my community, like I start with the youth for real. Cause them they take they at the age now they taking it all in. They start to see. You know what I'm saying? So I
Look at the youth with social media. Like when we were younger, we couldn't do none of the stuff they could do. They can edit videos, do crazy stuff on TikTok. Like
the exposure. I mean, nowadays, I didn't grow up with a cell phone. And so, like, now that all of these different tools and resources and materials and, like, the social media and all these different places where kids can, like, tap into and get knowledge, I feel like those places may not have been at least out there when I was growing up. So I'm like, they just could tap anywhere and learn anything.
And, like, the stuff they learning doing now, like, man, I ain't know some of this stuff till I touched middle school. Like, they advanced. Like, they advanced in a good way and the wrong way at the same time.
Like what we doing right now, it's 12-year-olds that know how to do this stuff.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. So our youth is it. We just need to focus on them and ensure that they're well all around in order for us to have a better society. So should we touch on another pillar of wellness?
We already kind of touched on social.
Should we do recreational? Yeah, I think it's very important to do the things that you like. Focus on your hobbies. What makes you happy? What makes you smile for hours that you could just talk to somebody and just talk to them? Those are the kind of things that you need to be doing. Those are the kind of things that you need to invite the people around you to do with you, so that, like, you're able to just enjoy that. I would also offer doing nothing and relaxing is also a way of, you just gotta take a pause. Like, life is just go. Where are we going? Don't worry, I'm waiting. Where you going?
Yeah, you right.
It's just like boo, 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 and you don't take a pause like 5 minutes just to be in you. Just like, all right, I'll just
take a deep breath.
Just chill for 5 minutes and do nothing.
Like,
that's important.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like, I just embrace the silence sometimes.
Yeah.
It's something I'm big on. Like, I can be around my favorite person, but as long as you just there, we just silent. I'm just embracing it. You get what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
Yes. So I will offer you that.
Well, with that being said, man, I think that'll conclude this one.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you both for having me here.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for real.
I appreciate you both.
We already knew you were going to be here anyway.
So I'll leave you to it. Ooh. Thank y'all.
No problem.
So, you think we should let them know what's coming in the next one?
We got a special guest, in the works. My boy MB coming, fresh off an first album. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to him. For sure, nothing but bangers on it. Very versatile artist. Can't wait to have him.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
For sure. What you been on, school?
Man, I've been chilling, bro. Just playing Warzone, man.
Yeah, Monday morning, you get what I'm saying? Kind of sluggish. Trying to get out of bed.
I was late getting here, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
We're supposed to be a little earlier.
Monday morning. Hopefully, y'all really just fuck with the last video. Like, Brandon, bro, it's a cool, down-to-earth guy. You feel me?
Yeah, I for sure gotta go tap in with the last video, man.
Another thing too, man, like y'all start dropping like topics or suggestions or things you want us to touch on, or just hit us up personally with questions or just anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all gotta get in them comments, man, and keep subscribing.
For sure.
Shit, you think that's good, man? You think we can just leave them now?
Yeah, man. Shit, they concluded all right there.